Hi, I'm Gordon Waite from Waite Research. I'm in the process of building an 18-inch Renegade telescope, and I've gotten to the point where it's time to do the finish. The client has requested a stain. It's a Minwax English Chestnut 233. We often do use Minwax products, but we like all different kinds of stains. And what I'm doing today is testing on a piece of our plywood to check out the Minwax pre-stain. Now, the deal with staining is that with a lot of wood, the natural wood doesn't accept the stain very well. If you apply the stain just as it is, it'll get a little blotchy. And in theory, these pre-stain products they're called wood conditioners or sealers. And you apply a little of this to the wood beforehand, wipe it off, let it sit 5 to 15 minutes, and then apply your stain. And this product is supposed to even out the stain and make it look a little better on the wood. So I have an actual sample of the plywood that's in the telescope here. This is a Baltic Birch, very nice plywood. And we're going to do this experiment. So we'll start out here with the pre-stain, the conditioner. We'll get that open. And it's clear all the way to the bottom. Doesn't look like it needs any stirring at all, to be honest with you. I can't see that there's anything at all in there that needs stirred. So what I'm going to do is on this piece of plywood, I'm just going to split it in half. I'm going to apply the pre-stain to the right hand side and nothing at all on the other side. So here we go. I'm just going to roughly split it down the middle here. Now, the interesting thing, these products are really easy to use. I mean, literally, you just wipe it on, let it sit for a little while, wipe it off, go to the stain. You don't even have to let it dry. After you wipe it off, you can pretty much stain any time. The instructions on the can say that you have to stain, though, within 2 hours of having applied the conditioner. So, got the conditioner on there, and I'm going to let that sit for the recommended 5 or 10 minutes, and then we'll take it off and see how the stain goes. Well, it's been 6 or 7 minutes now, and the conditioner has soaked in pretty good. As a matter of fact, the instructions say to wipe off the excess, and I don't see a lot of excess, but we'll go ahead and wipe it off here. There we go. Now let's prep up our stain here. Now, my expectation is here that the longer I left the conditioner on, the lighter my stain was going to be. So that's why I kept it to the 6 or 7 minute mark. It does recommend longer, like 15 minutes if you have soft wood. So we'll give this stain a stir. I just used it the other day, so it's already pretty well stirred. Go to the foam brush, and now we'll apply the stain here. With the stain, you just want to get it on pretty heavy and just kind of soak it with it. And with Minwax stain, again, the idea is you get the stain on there and then you let it sit. And you can let it sit anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes. And the longer you let it sit, in theory, the darker your stain is going to be. So what's the verdict? Well, the right-hand side where the conditioner was on there is definitely a little lighter than the left side. Plus, it is not as blotchy. Over here, there's kind of a blotchy area here. A little bit of blotching over here. This is definitely much smoother. The reason why this is kind of important, on plywood especially, plywood is normally cut with a rotary cutter. They mount the birch log on there and then put a blade on it. As they turn it, it slices it off. So the wood you're looking at didn't grow flat. It grew, around the tree as the grain appears there. So the conditioner definitely improved the absorption of the stain, no doubt about it. Now the last thing I want to experiment with here, I would like to have a color that's a little darker and richer than this. So I want to give that side another coat. And what I'll do is I'll recoat only the bottom half of it so that we can get a look and see what it looks like. And what I'll actually do here is I'll recoat the bottom half. So then we'll have 4 quarters to compare. So we'll get this on there. And once again, I'll leave this go for the full 15 minutes to see how much stain we can absorb here. There we've got a well saturated piece of wood. So I'll give that 15 minutes and wipe it again. We'll see how that looks. Well, that ends 15 minutes of waiting time on this second coat of stain. So let's get it off. See what we're left with. Well, that's kind of interesting. On the side with the conditioner, the top half is just slightly lighter than the bottom half. So that second coat was pretty marginal. On the side without the conditioner, I honestly can't see any difference at all. So get a little look at it square on there, and I guess as a final result, the conditioner definitely has given us a more even stain, but the non-conditioned side is just a little bit darker and a little bit richer. So I think that quality-wise, the lack of blotching, a little bit of blotching over here, is not quite as nice an effect as what we get out of the conditioner. So I'm giving the conditioner a thumbs up, particularly because it's cheap and it's easy to apply and it's fast. So a little bit of improvement in the final result was worth the effort, I think.